I don't know what I'm doing on this app, but here we are. I don't know who I think I am. Today I'm doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. I have a friend, Annie, who did this, and another friend, Donatella, who did this. I'll link both of their videos down below. I will also have the questions down below, but let's just talk about this booktube, shall we? The first question is, why am I starting this channel? And to be fully honest, I have wanted a YouTube for the longest, like as a younger kid, but I just didn't have any of the skills or the resources to do it. And then the TikTok ban happened, and I was like, this is my sign to start a booktube. And here we are. We are filming the booktube videos, and we are not being scared. Although I am scared. This is kind of intimidating for me, but we're just gonna roll with the punches here. Next, what are some fun and unique things I will bring to booktube? I think first is an adult point of view on young adult novels. I primarily read young adult. I absolutely love the genre. And I am an adult. I'm 24. So I think that is something really unique I can bring. I also love clean romance and Christian fiction. So that is also fun and unique. I also think I may try to dabble in like small vlogs, like lifestyle vlogs. I am married. My husband and I just moved into a rental house. So kind of lifestyle type things. I don't know how much I'll dabble into that, but you could see it here and there. Next, what am I most excited for this channel? I honestly think long form book content is what I'm most excited for. I make TikToks and I literally have to like edit down a 10-minute video into 5 minutes because like no one wants to hear someone talk on TikTok for 10 minutes. So I think being able to create long form book content is what I am most excited about. I love to talk about books. What book series got me into reading? If you came from TikTok, you know The Hunger Games. I am obsessed with The Hunger Games. That book series is really what got me to continue reading and being a consistent reader. So that is definitely one of them. The other one that got me into like reading is Divergent. So definitely like that 2010s dystopian era. I was that girly. I read Divergent first, saw the movies, loved it, stopped reading for a while because I didn't have anything else to read, and then read the Hunger Games series, and I've been obsessed with reading since. So Hunger Games, I say, is what like got me into consistently reading. Divergent is what got me to pick up another book after. Next question is, what questions would I ask my favorite booktubers? I haven't really been watching a ton of booktube. I watch Sarah Caroli and Des. I don't even know what her last name is, honestly. Now, and what I would ask them is just how they come up with content ideas. And I know like I think reading or like being social media is their full-time job. That's not my full-time job. So like how to come up with the time to read all these books while having a job and other responsibilities. The booktubers I used to watch, like Jessie the Reader, Utopia, I'll tag them below as well. Kind of the same thing, like how do you find time to read everything and do all of your normal life responsibilities? Also, content. Like how do you come up with long form content consistently? I think those would be the questions I ask. This question is, what challenges would be the hardest for me for booktube? 100% editing. I have no editing skills at all. Definitely going to be my biggest challenge, trying to teach myself how to edit long form content. In TikTok, I can do it right in the app. So I am not figured out what I'm going to do yet, but we'll see. Question is, when did you start reading? Kind of already answered that, but around 2012 or 13, late middle school into early high school is when I started reading. It was when Divergent, The Hunger Games, The Maze Runner, The Mortal Instruments, when those books were kind of around and getting popular, is definitely when I picked up a book and started reading. Next question is, where do you read? I would say most commonly I read at my house. I have a little beanbag chair that's in our living room. I do love to go to coffee shops and try new places around me and read there as well, but I think more times than not I'm reading at home. I love to put like Spotify playlists that match the book on, and I love coffee at home, like honestly maybe more than a coffee shop. I've perfected my coffee. So I do love reading at home. I love the comfort of my house. So that's where I read the most, but I do like to go out sometimes to read. I also, when I live in Texas, so it's nice most of the year. I love to read outside. I just convinced my husband to buy me a hammock because our new yard has 2 trees that are like right next to each other. So it's absolutely perfect for a hammock, and I cannot wait for spring to bring the hammock out and read out there. I answered that and then some. Short answer, I read at home. And the last question is, what books do I read? This could be a whole YouTube video in itself, I feel like, but most consistently I read young adult fantasy, romance, typically clean, and adult. I do read like all that is adult fantasy. So I would say young adult fantasy, clean romance, and adult fantasy. I also dabble into Christian fiction, like I said, and I do read some YA romance. I've kind of the last like 2 years gone away from the YA romance. I usually just read like adult romance now. I also, like the last 6 months, have been loving literary fictions. It is a whole genre that I hadn't really dabbled in at all, and now that I've started, obsessed, literally obsessed. So that's kind of the content of books you'll see me reading. Again, primarily it's going to be YA fantasy, romance, and adult fantasy. That's kind of where I'm at right now. It does depend on the seasons and stuff as well. But anyway, this question wasn't in the group of questions that Annie did, but I'm also going to talk about my current read. Right now I'm reading A Theory of Dreaming by Ava Reed. It is the arc to the second book in A Study in Drowning, which I read right when it came out 2 years ago, and I gave a Study of Drowning 4 stars, I believe, and now I'm like 54% done A Theory of Dreaming, and it is looking to be right around a 3.5 to 4 stars. Today is January 20th, and if you don't know, it's Onyx Storm's release eve of the release, but it's the midnight release party. So I am trying to hurry up and finish A Theory in Dreaming so that when I get my hands on Onyx Storm tonight, I can start reading it tomorrow. I'm so excited. Yeah, this was my Booktube Newbie Tag. I just wanted you guys to get to know me a little bit. If you watched this far, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I don't know how often or consistently I'll be posting on here, but I'm really going to try to make a solid effort to post pretty consistently once a week or once every other week. But we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a blessed day. Bye!